Before Mike Scott's newscast, that may very well start in Minneapolis.
Today.
And it may start moving today. And guess who's leading the charge?
Who?
Jeremiah Ellison, son of Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, who happens to be a member of the Minneapolis City Council.
I mean, 2 Minneapolis City Council members have tweeted this week that they're looking to make serious changes or possibly eliminating the Minneapolis police department altogether. How could you do that? What, the Hennepin County Sheriff's son is in charge? Or?
No, you operate a city on the honor system.
Oh, excuse me, officer. I was speeding. I'm going to write myself a ticket.
Officer? There's no officer.
Oh, that's right.
That should work out well, at least for the predators. For more on this, we're pleased to be joined by William Jacobson. He's a clinical professor of law and director of the Securities Law Clinic at Cornell Law School. He's also the founder of legalinsurrection.com, which is a great blog for all things law-related, and president of the Legal Insurrection Foundation. Professor Jacobson, thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
What do you think about that? Disband municipal police departments and come up with another way to, enforce the rules of civil society?
Well, it's not really surprising if you understand the background.
Professor, we can barely hear you. I'm sorry.
Can you speak
It's not really surprising if you understand the background of the people behind these riots, the people behind the protests.
Professor, I'm sorry to interrupt,
a headset?
but we cannot. Your voice is really faint. Are you on a speakerphone by any chance?
No, I'm not. I'm not sure what the.
You know what? Let me put you on hold and let's see if we can figure this out. And because everybody wants to hear what you have to say, and we'll come right back after this.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You've switched to Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The Lou Dobbs Financial Report is brought to you by Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Visit signaturebank.bank for your commercial banking needs.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Airline stocks on the rebound. New monthly unemployment update set for release tomorrow. Universal theme parks have reopened in Orlando. Those stories next. Hi, folks. Lou Dobbs. Like most of us, I've picked up a few aches and pains over the years. Inflammation is the reason many of us suffer with achy pain joints and muscles. Left untreated, inflammation can cause permanent damage. Pain relievers and topical creams don't typically treat the problem. They mask it. Omega XL is a powerful natural supplement designed to help reduce pain due to inflammation and promote healthy joints and increase mobility. Right now, staying healthy is on everyone's mind. So here's another reason to take Omega XL. Research shows Omega XL can help promote a healthy immune response. That means Omega XL can help your natural immune system protect you. Here's a special offer to get you started. Order now and get your second bottle free. For more information, visit omegaxl.com/Lou or call 800-844-4888. That's 800-844-4888. As the Wuhan virus begins to fade, airlines are hopeful passenger traffic will pick up following the worst drop in travel since 9/11. American Airlines just announcing it plans to resume 55% of its normal schedule next month. That news sent shares of the carrier up 35%. Delta and Alaska Air Group also surging. All eyes on Washington tomorrow when the Labor Department releases its official jobless report for the month of May. Economists say it may take years to fully regain all the jobs lost during the Chinese virus pandemic. We'll see. Getting the jump on its crosstown rival, Disney World, Universal Orlando Resorts in Florida just threw open its doors for season pass holders and will let everyone in beginning tomorrow. Please join me for Lou Dobbs tonight, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 10 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Healthcare providers today are facing unprecedented challenges. Mag Mutual is here for you. As a mutual insurance company, they're committed to doing all they can for their policyholders. So from now through the end of the year, all of their new and existing medical professional liability policyholders will have the option to defer their premium payment for 9 months. Then, at the end of the 9 months, policyholders can choose to spread their outstanding balance over their subsequent policy period. The premium deferral option is just one of the ways Mag Mutual helps make their policy owners stronger. Additional resources and support can be found on the Mag Mutual COVID-19 Resource Center at magmutual.com. Join the 30,000 physicians and health healthcare organizations enjoying industry-leading protection, support, and rewards from the company that always puts them first. For more information about Mag Mutual in Illinois, contact Jim Nelson at RT Nelson, 630-990-4220, or visit RT Nelson online at rtnelson.com. Safety. It's so important at your industrial facility. You need to keep your personnel safe and meet OSHA requirements. One problem with your ladders, platforms, or safety guards, and you could be facing costly fines. Vans Industrial helps you meet OSHA standards to keep your employees safe.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. As a business owner, I realize the importance of keeping my employees safe, and I'm here to offer my expertise. Vans Industrial is a specialty contractor uniquely equipped to design, fabricate, and install safety equipment, including walkways, handrails, stairways, and machinery guards. Our Vans Industrial team can inspect existing systems, engineer solutions, fabricate quality goods, and install them with trained pros, all making a safer environment for your employees.
Vans uses only the best and safest union-trained mechanics, insured at the highest level, to perform the job right. Call 833-VANS-IND. That's 833-VANS-IND. Or on the web at vansindustrial.com.
You've all probably heard of asbestos and know that it's dangerous. You may also know exposure to asbestos is the only known cause of mesothelioma, a deadly cancer. People who were exposed to asbestos decades ago are being diagnosed to this day with mesothelioma. That's because it can take as many as 30 or even 50 years to develop. But did you also know there is money to pay victims of asbestos exposure from years ago? An estimated $30 billion is available to help compensate victims and their families. If you or a member of your family have been diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be able to receive some of this money without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Get a free legal review today. Call Sokolov Law at 1-800-972-3229. That number again, 1-800-972-3229, 1-800-972-3229. Call today, 1-800-972-3229.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
When I first started Balance of Nature, I was hesitant, but 2 months into the product, I began to see the difference. And I have to really admit, I was totally surprised. I went from swelling feet to no swelling feet. The 1st of May was the first time this year I jogged in 3 years. And not just jog 3 laps, I did 17 laps. So I'm feeling alive and not sluggish and tired. I would really like to say, you have to try it so you can see the results for yourself. Even my girlfriend downstairs, I said, you need to try it. She says, I'm thinking. I said, okay, well, while you're still tired and I'm still beating you up the block, it's okay. Because that's all I'm going to do. I mean, she's taller than me and I move faster than her now. That's because the energy I'm getting from Balance of Nature.
Balance of Nature is now offering 35% off on any new preferred order. Go to balanceofnature.com today and use discount code Chicago.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, all right, we're back with Professor William Jacobson, clinical professor of law, director of the Securities Law Clinic at Cornell Law School, founder of LegalInsurrection.com, and president of the Legal Insurrection Foundation. And we were having some technical difficulties, which we believe were resolved before the break, talking about Minneapolis moving to dismantle its police department. And by the way, the Minneapolis City Council president, a woman named Lisa Bender, tweeted out, yes, we are going to dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department and replace it with a transformative new model of public safety. I look forward to what that looks like. Professor Jacobson, this mantra now coming from the left to dismantle and defund police departments and come up with a new way to, I guess, enforce order in urban centers. Your perspective on that?
Well, I think the first thing you've got to remember, this is not new. This has been the agenda for many years. It's been the agenda at least since 2014 when the Black Lives Matter movement was launched by some pretty radical Marxists, frankly. And their goal all along has been to dismantle the public safety and the police system. So this is not new. This is just an opportunity they have seized on that issue. And if you understand it, what they are about is essentially replacing our system, our capitalist system, with a more socialist or leftist system. And this is a key part of it, which is removing law and order, creating chaos. Now, everybody can and should condemn what happened to George Floyd, but you need to understand the political aspect of what's happening now is independent of what happened to George Floyd. This has been the plan for a long time.
And we had a march last night in Chicago, defund Chicago Police Department here, right in front of the police headquarters. So it's going nationwide.
That's right, and the goal is to create chaos. The goal is to tear down the system, and the police are what essentially holds us together. It's public law and order. It's the difference between us and places around the world where you don't know from block to block who actually controls the territory, or where your allegiance is not to a nation, your allegiance is to a clan or to a particular village. And that's what will happen if they are successful. And that is part of their goal, because then they, will have torn down the system. These are not good people who founded the movement. That's not to say the people who are legitimately upset with what happened aren't good people. Most of them are. But the people behind it, and it's no surprise that Antifa is involved. How much they're involved, we'll find out. But that radical anarchist bent is joining up with the Marxist founders of the Black Lives Matter movement. And I think that's what's going on here in terms of the rioting, people infiltrating into protests and breaking windows. And once that happens, and once there's no response to it, that creates a situation of chaos and looting and vandalism.
You're right. This has been going on for some time, too. I mean, we've remarked on this show about the Portland Police Department a couple of years back essentially giving way to Antifa, the Rose City Antifa, which is one of the more organized iterations of it, to direct traffic and otherwise, rule the streets, if you will. So you've seen that. You have members of Congress calling for defunding ICE and Border Patrol. We shouldn't have a southern border. There shouldn't be any strictures there. And so this seems to me just as you were sort of describing, the logical progression about where a lot of individuals want to go. And again, this isn't just your one-off anarchist or anarchist group. This is being legitimized by people who have governing power in big cities.
Right, and because they have seized on the issue of race, it's an issue which they can weaponize very easily. Corporations are now donating millions of dollars to this movement. This movement, which seeks to tear down the corporations, are now getting funded by the corporations. It's a totally insane situation, but part of the problem also is the media. It is absolutely astounding that a police misconduct in a completely liberal Democrat city, run top to bottom by Democrats and liberals, in a state run top to bottom by Democrats and liberals, somehow that is being blamed on Donald Trump. It is absolutely astounding, and it shows you the power of the media to form a narrative. And the media is 100% behind the rioting and the looting. They really are. They so much for social distancing. That doesn't matter anymore. So, I mean, it's really a bad situation.
Well, and Andrew Sullivan, who is not a conservative, tweeted this out about the media. The truth is, a critical mass of mainstream journalists do not want to reflect or report on anything that they might disagree with. They see opposing views as quote-unquote violence and the attempt at objectivity a cover for white supremacy. They are a disgrace. That's Andrew Sullivan.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, one thing I know he's commented on, I've commented on a lot because I teach on a campus. What has happened is the insane things that happen on campuses, the things that 10 years ago you would have thought are so extreme, there's no way they could ever spread to society, have now spread to society. That the sort of intolerance of opposing views, the disruption of speakers, the view that an opposing viewpoint is somehow violence, that is a concept which is really dangerous, because if your viewpoint is the equivalent of violence, that justifies their violence against you. I mean, I've encountered that on campuses. Vassar College I went to speak at, they tried to prevent me from speaking. And I'm hardly a controversial person. But anybody who's got any sort of notoriety who is not full-blown left-wing is going to get shouted down and disrupted on a campus. And that has now moved into our culture. So the campus culture has moved into society because these are the people who, graduated 10 years ago, and now they're in significant positions at Google and at YouTube and at Twitter, and they're the ones who are deciding who gets to speak or not. Yeah. Andrew Breitbart once said, and I don't know if he's the only one, that politics is downstream from culture. And what has happened is there has been a complete takeover of the major cultural institutions by Marxists and by leftists. And now the politics is following, because if you want to express a differing viewpoint, where are you going to go? You're going to go to Twitter, you're going to go to Facebook, and you're likely to get shut down, or you're likely to get shadow banned, or you're likely to be kicked off completely.
Or lose your job.
I think it's a really bad situation. Or you lose your job.
Just real quick before we have to let you go, Cornell West said the American experiment is a failure. Basically, it's over. What do you think?
Well, where are you going to go? I mean, give us a better example of what's happened. But that's been Cornell. This is a perfect example. This is what Cornell West has